Well, here we are. The direct happened earlier today. SMT5 Vengeance was announced, and this demo dropped for Unicorn Overlord. It's a Vanillaware game, so I'm kind of obligated to check it out. This just reminds me, I still haven't played 13 Sentinels yet. I mean, I enjoyed the Vanillaware games before that, but those games played differently than what 13 Sentinels does, and what this does. Now that is a logo to be proud of. Not necessarily a name to be proud of. Maybe it'll grow on me over time. Seeing all those characters just made me sad all over again that the guy behind Suikoden is dead. I still need to check out the game that guy kickstarted too. I actually wanted to back it during its funding phase, but I didn't have the money. Okay. I'll turn that on, although probably won't use it. Okay, multiple languages in the demo. I don't see that being an issue for this. And away we go.
You, my queen, take leave of this place while you're still able.
To where, I might ask? Nigh every last of Cornia's lords has forsaken us in favor of the traitor Valmor. No refuge remains for a crowned fugitive. Yet the general seeks my death and mine alone. I shall not flee from that fate. Though you still can. A sole rider with Elaine at your side. Take him, Joseph. Raise that delicate seedling into a sturdy tree capable of weathering the harsh climes that await. And pray safeguard the ring of the unicorn as well. Hold it close to you until Elaine is a man grown. He will have need of the power it bears.
My queen,
My queen, I successfully finished updating Switch Online.
Are they coming for us? Heed well these words, Elaine. I say this not as your mother, but as your queen. From here forth, you're to treat Joseph's command as though it were spoken directly with my tongue. Do you understand?
Of course, but is there something amiss?
My faith and more lies with you, Joseph. I only pray it is enough. Farewell, and may the heavens guide you.
Why are you just standing there, Joseph? Aren't you going to help her?
Would that I were able, my prince. Come, we've not a minute to spare.
Just a little thing I noticed about the text in this. Sometimes they use like an older version of English spelling, and then sometimes they don't. I just want a little consistency is all.
Destiny awaits. Forward! Ready yourself, traitor.
Okay, this is definitely not the kind of thing I should be playing when I'm sleep deprived.
On your guard!
Does this suit you?
Ready yourself!
We strive together. I trust you.
Nice.
My magic is yours.
I have you.
Go. Cornea shall never cave.
I assume I'm going to be a bit more involved in the latter portion of this.
You'll have no mercy from me. I have you.
I mean, the animation's beautiful, but
It's up to you. I am your shield.
I mean, Vanillaware's kind of spoiled me on that.
I trust you. Oh, embarrassing. I shall protect you. You'll see no harm. Behold my might. Does this suit you?
How's this?
Give them nothing.
My magic is yours.
I must fight on!
Caesar!
Enlighten me, Valmor. To what end do you seek to usurp my throne?
Self-centered fool. It's not merely your throne I aspire towards. It's all of them. Zenoira are the rightful sovereigns of Fevrith, and I, the blade to restore our world to its natural order.
You seek to plunge the continent into war. Fevrith need not suffer your delusions.
A proper ruler demands unity, not pointless politicking with insufferable neighbors. Now, I shall achieve that unity through conquest and reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
I would sooner see you slain by my hand!
I promise you, my queen, the royal lineage shall endure. 'Tis but a great shame I couldn't aid you further. All has gone according to plan, my lord. And yet our work only just begins. We stand now at a new dawn for Fevrith, one which will see Zenoira's dominion restored at last. Curious, though, that we've no trace of the old knight's captain.
About that, my lord. A lone cavalry unit was spotted riding through the eastern gate before it was barred.
And the boy is lost to us. A truth obscured only by his mother's futile attempt at a counter-offensive. It would seem I underestimated her penchant for deception.
Now, my question is,
Year 895 of the Hallowed Chronicle. Claiming himself a scion of the fallen Sonoran Empire, Cornea's once decorated General Valmor rebelled against his erstwhile home at the seat of its monarchy, Gran Corinne. Its queen, Elenia, bold in the face of this staggering betrayal, stood unshrinking as the shield to her son Elaine's safe flight, and mustering what meager forces remained by her side, she rallied a defense as valorous as it was damned. With Cornea's queen lost, care of the young prince fell to her faithful knight, Joseph, who took wing beyond Valmor's wretched grasp to asylum on the Forned Isle of Palavia in the Holy Kingdom of Albion. And boastfully proclaiming himself Fevrith's new emperor, Valmor donned a second name, Calarius, and began a relentless onslaught the continent's nations could only but struggle against. Yet each realm's endeavors fell in vain time and again, and ere long Zenoira's vile dominion was realized. his blood-soaked unification come to bear. Few dared stand against the ironclad fist of Emperor Galerius. Embers of resistance burned on, yet the downtrodden could cling only to furtive hopes of liberation. Desperate prayers which fell upon deaf ears night after unceasing night. 10 years have passed since the Shroud of War first set over Cornea.
Alright, now my question is, how much demo is left?
I wonder if those two are at it again. Well, that takes care of the altar. I suppose I should be getting back.
Sorry, Elaine, but this round's mine.
Ah, you always were the optimist.
Damn it! You got a good hit in, I'll give you that. There's just no stopping you these days.
Yet you've grown no less than I have. Still, we could likely train for the rest of our lives, and even then, never manage to best Joseph.
Weird to think he's back on the mainland now. Finally making that Liberation Army thing a reality, huh? Guess that means we'll be going up against Anoira soon.
Indeed it does. The people of Cornea are suffering, Lex, crying out for whatever help will hear their pleas. Should I turn a deaf ear to those voices, I would have little and less claim to the crown I feel is mine. That, and I owe it to my mother to see them safe.
Well, yeah, but Zenoira's got the whole world in the palm of their hand. How are we gonna fight back against that?
The earth may be theirs, but the heavens will surely favor those who stand for justice.
You got a point there. Sorry for not sounding all too confident. Just make sure you don't take it all on yourself. I'll be with you every step of the way.
Thank you, Lex. You know I can't do this without you.
Oh, stop. You're gonna make me blush. Anyway, that's enough training for today. We're gonna miss lunch if we don't get moving.
I suppose it is that time.
You see something out there?
It's a ship.
Looks like they're flying Zenoira colors, too.
This island is no longer safe. We have to tell the others.
With you there. You head for the cathedral. I'll make sure the town knows what's coming.
Seal off the harbor, and do it quick! Not a soul gets off this island under our watch. All soldiers have alighted, sir!
Dispatch the vanguard to the cathedral. And remember, we're to apprehend the target alive.
Understood, sir!
O Heavenly Father, ruler of land and sky above, we pray this day for deliverance from evil. Grant us the meager sustenance to nourish our fragile bodies in the times to come. Guide our lost souls on the path to salvation. Shine down your radiant light upon us, for darkness looms thick through all corners of Fevrith. Such is my request as your humble servant. In the name of the Guardian Unicorn, and that of the Holy Mother. Is that you, Elaine? How many times must I ask you not to stomp around in the cathedral? What is the meaning of this?
Well, look what we've got here. Seems we're the first to show.
Rough her up if you want, but don't forget, the girl dies and our heads will roll too.
Such depravity will not go unpunished. Not in the house of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah? Then you best get to praying.
She's fast.
Not as fast as us.
What the?
Scarlet, are you hurt?
Only a little shaken, that's all. What's happening to us, Elaine?
A ship has come ashore on Palavian soil. One hoisting the banner of the Zenoiran army.
And are they aware that you're the Crown Prince?
I can't say for certain, but we know one thing. These people are our enemy, and they must be stopped.
Yes. My cathedral will see no more bloodshed this day. Come, let's move outside.
Your Highness, it's a relief to see you unharmed.
Hold on. Where's Lex?
Damn, he went full gray in that time?
We best find him and get to the harbor.
Indeed. But first, my prince, this belongs to you.
A ring.
The Ring of the Unicorn. Queen Elenia wished for you to have it. In truth, I had intended to wait till signs of age played more deeply across your face. But we no longer have such luxury. I have the utmost faith you'll see it secured.
A keepsake from my mother. Thank you for this, Joseph. Truly.
Make no further mention of it. Now, let us be off.
Alright. I was wondering when the game would start again. Alright, a proper stage this time. Don't mind me as I explore the map a little bit. Okay.
They will be ours. The time is at hand.
Okay, so it's the same unit. Well, they do know how to heal. God, I keep getting thrown off by the alternate spellings. These guys are more or less low-level glass cannons. Fine by me.
The path is set. You face me.
Kind of surprised they're in the same formation as me. All right.
Let me.
A fine job.
Aha. So this tilts like more heavily toward preparation ahead of battle. Right, well, guess we're moving in for the kill.
Your villainy ends here. We march on. Victory grows ever closer.
I have a feeling we're going to encounter stuff over here at some point in the future.
We march. The path is set. 'Tis ours now. Ready. You got it.
Only doing this because it's a tutorial. Outside of it, I would not be comfortable sending an individual unit out like that.
I'm up.
Oh, this seems like a terrible idea.
Yes, sir. You don't stand a chance.
He has a protective thing for range, but not for close range. I don't care if he does have decent physical defense.
Sorry. Damn it.
Yeah. Even I could have told you that.
service of the royal family. Awaiting your command. What would you ask? Very well. Come.
It's not looking great.
I shall hold nothing back.
Okay, now what is this unit? Okay, they're a soldier. And we do have a column of enemies here. See how this works out.
Hold fast. I am with you.
Are you okay?
I've not chosen my grave yet.
I know that's supposed to be a subunit, but it looks like he brought his child to war. Bring your daughter to work day? I don't know.
I just want to sleep.
Wow. Just saying it right to his face. Oh shit, I have a time limit now.
The time is at hand.
By your word. Come.
You face me.
Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Come.
I shall hold nothing.
Your villainy ends here.
Come. I have you. Glory to the liberation.
think I'm gonna have him just incapacitate as many of these groups as possible.
You face me. Come.
Oh, we got environment change for the different terrain.
Stand true. I fight in me yet. A trivial undertaking. By your word, I shall hold nothing but
Come then.
No, that's no good.
the face of your demise.
This is a one-man show so far.
I have you. The battle is won. For the liberation.
Sure thing.
Or that would actually kill him.
You got it.
You face me.
Come,
Your villainy ends here.
gaze upon the fate.
Come then.
Alright, we'll let him do this one.
Light!
Good.
Initiative is king.
Well fought. Onward.
Come,
You face me.
gaze upon the face of your demise.
Do this one first.
This struggle will only prolong the pain. Accept the mercy of a swift demise.
I fail to understand, Hodrick. What has motivated this shift in allegiance?
Joseph, Cornea's most decorated knight. I shall close the book on your tale myself. Not today!
Hold fast! I fight in me yet.
Come then.
Okay, he has a guard, so I'm not as worried about him taking huge chunks of damage.
You, who once stood as my mother's royal guard.
Enough of your questions, William. Interfere, and I shall see you suffer for it.
Easy now.
A fine job.
Come,
You face me.
I shall hold nothing back.
Come then.
I'll have him do it.
We march on. I must never yield.
I can't fail my sacred mission.
Wow, that's a very Fire Emblem-esque level up. A hit point and an accuracy point, and that's it.
A fine bout.
Oh, so... Well, now you get the renown up for a level like this. Maybe Lex more involved?
What foolishness is this? One such as I, brought low by the Cornea vermin that gnawed our ankles.
You've fallen far indeed, Hodrick. How many times did you stare death in the face at Her Majesty's side? Now, look what you've become. I may stand as your swordmaster no longer, but I can yet offer you a merciful end to your descent.
Wait.
Your Highness.
Tell me, Hodrick. Do you remember the times you and I played together? When I was still just a boy? Yours was a bond of loyalty few knights could hope to equal. Why cast that aside and bend the knee to Galerius? I refuse to cut down a friend without first knowing how we've reached this grim conclusion. A simple reason is all I ask. Please.
Elaine!
The ring! What sorcery is this?
Oh, my head. What am I doing here?
Ah.
A spell to shackle the hearts of men.
'Tis the only way I can think to describe it, my prince. That ill-fated day, all the lords closest to your mother turned upon her without so much as a moment's notice. Unfortunately, my memories end there as well.
A frightful power, if what you say is true. This spell of control, it could be called. Such magic would go far in explaining how Galerius so swiftly brought Fevrith to its knees.
I shudder to think what unspeakable evil I wrought upon our world these last 10 years. Though there is no greater misdeed than turning my spear upon you, Prince Elaine.
That's enough. You mustn't blame yourself any further. But I do wonder, how is this ring capable of unmaking the spell?
In truth, I had believed it to be mere regalia, a symbol of your birthright and nothing more. To think the power of cleansing truly exists. Your Highness, that is the Ring of the Unicorn, ancestral treasure of Cornea's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors wielding it to purify evil, but I had believed such tales to be mere fiction.
The Orthodoxy has a similar story about the Holy Unicorn. How it was a sacred beast able to purge darkness from our lands. It's entirely possible that the ring that bears its image is somehow capable of that same power.
Should Galerius's rule be built upon a foul sorcery that fetters our people, then this ring is the ray of light that will pierce its wicked heart.
Your words ring true, my prince.
Indeed. Were we able to free those bound by his cruel magics?
It might just bring the Iron Wall of Zenoira crashing down.
All told, I've often found myself plagued with doubt. Is it justice that guides our march, or paltry vendetta? Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother. Today marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. Mists that will soon be dispelled. It may take days, months, or even years, but I shall see the duties of my bloodline fulfilled, and slay Galerius like the beast he is.
Oh, did we claim the ship too?
And how does Hodrick fare?
Well, all things considered, any fog that lingered in his mind seems to have cleared, and he stands ready to fight once more. By the way, Your Highness, allow me to brief you on our plans for when we arrive.
That background is beautiful, by the way.
Among the Liberation members I've mustered in my past excursions is a young yet skilled knight by the name of Clive. I'll ride to bring him to you the moment we've reached solid ground.
You have my thanks.
His name is Clive. He's a gunman.
A word, Elaine?
Is something wrong?
Well... No, it's nothing.
Are you sure? Anxiety will be the death of you if you keep it bottled up like that.
It really isn't important, I assure you. It's just... our lives have changed so drastically from the peace we had only yesterday. It barely seems real.
I can't say I feel any different. But I've always known this day would come. It's why I've spent all these years training under Joseph's careful instruction. A shame you never had the chance to meet my mother. She was always one to blaze a path forward, royal blade in arm. But as her heir, I intend to lead in much the same way.
Is that why you and Lex spent all your days banging swords down at the shore?
You've seen that, have you? You know, Hodrick was likely but one of many. And assuming the others who surrendered to Zenoira are being controlled as he was, we may just stand a chance in this. Yet our liberation is still in its nascent days. Promising, yes, but gravely fragile as well. Which is precisely why I'll need your help, Scarlet. To reclaim peace for all who have suffered.
Elaine, Of course. I'll do everything I can. As is my role as a priestess of the Palavian Church.
Hey, don't forget about me.
Lex,
What?
I'm sorry, my prince. Decorum doesn't come naturally to this fool.
It's all right. When you've known each other as long as we have, there's no reason to let formality bind us.
But there are protocols to observe. Rules we must follow as vassals in service of the crown. Still, I'm of the same mind. What mind he has, that is. I'll give my all in the royal name, Your Majesty.
Thank you all. I couldn't ask for a finer group of friends.
Always giving me serious handler vibes. Might as well in case anything carries over. I'll play it on the rough equivalent of normal.
Elaine, why have you stopped?
We're surrounded.
Not the welcome party I was hoping for.
Get your vile claws off of me!
Let her go!
Chloe!
I should have known you'd be behind this treachery, Renault.
What is the meaning of this?
Apologies for the icy reception, but we've business with the girl.
What business could you have with Scarlet? Unhand her this instant.
No, I don't think that will be happening. I act under orders from Emperor Galerius himself. As for what he plans to do with her, that's not for one of my station to know. Yet I shall see it done all the same.
No! Scarlet!
Well, that went poorly.
I'm ashamed to hear you met such misfortune before I arrived.
Your Highness, this man is Clive, the knight we spoke of earlier.
A pleasure.
Still, it rankles the mind. I never would have dreamt that Galerius was after Scarlet, and not you, my prince.
Who was that knight who took her?
His name is Renault, formerly a proud servant of Queen Elenia, not unlike myself. And just as I fell victim to Galerius and his foul magic, it would seem he has met with a similar fate.
All the same, why Scarlet?
Perhaps her role as a priestess has something to do with it. Lately I've heard tell of Zenoira's desire to spread its roots into the Orthodoxy, making one with direct ties a prime target.
In any case, the risk to her safety is clear should she fall into Galerius's hands. And sitting idly by only serves to stoke my worry further. Let us be off at once.
Wouldn't do that if I was you. No chance you're helping the girl if you don't even know where you're going.
And you are?
Don't worry, he's a friend. A collaborator of mine by the name of Travis.
Fancy way to refer to a spy. You need intel, dirt, or just the latest weather, I'm your man.
And what of Renault?
Road east, faster than a clap of thunder. I can only assume he's going for the city. But the real problem is his army of mercenaries. We want after Renault, we've got to go through them.
Your Highness, we all share your sense of urgency, but we've no hope of aiding Scarlet without first routing the enemy before us.
Right. We depart as soon as we're able.
Well, guess we're able. Alright. I can't just assume this is Fire Emblem-like. Wow, they actually put her in here. You know what? I respect it. So that leaves me with these. I'm gonna try something. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. I want to try Travis, and we'll just see how this goes.
They will be ours.
In service of the royal family.
The path is set.
Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Your villainy ends here.
Come. Stand true! A trivial undertaking.
Onward.
I shall hold nothing back. Hold fast.
Sorry.
So far, so good.
See, Chloe? I can do stuff.
Wow, that sucks.
For the liberation.
Looks like I'll be capturing command posts along the way.
To me.
I'm already on that.
Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Actually gain health from this fight. Jeez. Alright.
I have you. Glory to the liberation. A trivial undertaking.
The path is set.
I'll not fail you. As you wish. Hoist the banners. Awaiting your command. I'll not fail you.
No surprise there.
I'll give it a try, if only to buy time.
I'll make it quick.
I have my doubts.
Time for payback.
Blood will be shed.
Hope you've made your peace.
You okay?
Easy.
What would you ask?
Yeah? Won't take long.
That's it, we're wearing him down.
I'll make it quick.
Allow me.
Saw that? That'll do for now.
Okay, they're gonna reach these guys first.
Let's take what's ours. Sure.
Come then.
Good evade.
Well fought. The time is at hand. Onward. We march.
We're gonna hit these guys first. Want to make sure they have initiative.
Hope you've made your peace. Thanks. Just getting started. I didn't have a choice.
Alright, noted.
Go on. There in a second.
You face me. victory grows ever closer.
They're still trying to rest. I'll take the no damage at least.
Onward.
Shouldn't have let your guard down. Yeah?
I'll not fail you.
Go on.
Okay. It all comes down to what I want to do with this unit. I'm gonna try and have him hold these guys off. And then I'll probably swap. Unless I can have him rest real quick.
The time is at hand. To me. Your villainy ends here.
Didn't show the skull and bones before, I don't think.
Another step forth.
But hey, I'll take it. These level ups, man.
Fine bout. The path is set. For the liberation.
Go on. Sure. Yeah? I'm not feeling so confident. This won't be fun. I'll try.
Okay, that helps at least a little bit.
I'm not feeling so confident. Let's take what's ours.
What would you ask? By your word.
This won't be fun.
time is at hand.
Much as I want to keep pushing forward, I gotta support these guys.
I shall try my best, and yet I have my doubts. Blood will be shed. I shall try my best, and yet blood will be shed.
Alright, so there is a bit to do. With a particular emphasis on unit layout.
Yeah? I'm not feeling so confident.
Yeah, I probably rested too early.
Stay on my feet.
I'll not fail you. Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Yes, he's back up.
Stand true! I've not chosen my grave yet. What would you ask? Awaiting your command. What would you ask? Very well.
We march. To me.
Let's take what's ours. There in a second.
Come.
Okay, formation's still working out. Just don't stack.
Hold fast. I am with you. A trivial undertaking. Awaiting your command. As you wish. I have taken it as our own.
This the place?
If I could, I would emphasize getting rid of those guys flanking him. And I definitely want my shield bearer to get some of his health back before he does anything.
I'll not fail you.
Come then.
Yeah, let's fix this. Works for me.
Well fought. The time is at hand. The path is set. 'Tis ours now.
Go on. Sure.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I'll make it quick.
Oh, if it weren't for the time limit, you could probably just farm these guys repeatedly.
I'll do that.
Easy. See ya. Yeah?
Okay, that would not end well.
Awaiting your command.
Slightly better.
We march.
Well, looks like you two are up again.
Very well.
Go on.
Well, we'll have these guys waiting in the wings. Well, don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah? There in a second.
They alternate between the two. This is probably bad.
I shall try my best.
Yep.
And yet,
If I do this.
blood will be shed.
Okay, that's also bad.
I shall try my best. And yet, blood will be shed.
It seems like the best outcome.
Well, look who finally came knocking.
I have you! Be healed.
Yes, they did the smart thing.
Stand true!
You're done for!
The battle is won!
Just leave it to Lex.
I hope these improve.
Let's take what's ours. Yeah?
I'll not fail you.
The time is at hand. To me.
Gaze upon the face of your demise. Hold fast.
Assuming we'll take out the other...
Stand.
Maybe?
I have you. Glory to the liberation.
Go on.
Awaiting your command.
Made it.
God, he just keeps going for it.
Stand true.
Oh, that was guarded?
I fight in me yet. Fatigue has struck.
Yeah? Sure.
What would you ask?
Get him, Travis.
Time for payback. Just getting started.
I've much room to improve.
A little bit of tricorn pride for you.
I will take a boost to the crit rate, certainly.
I didn't have a choice.
Alone, are you?
What happened to your friends?
Long gone by now. But with all the time about him. Never could have done without you lot chasing me halfway to hell and back, though.
The fort's empty, Your Majesty. Not a soul in sight.
Guy laid out the bait, and we just had to take a nibble.
Strange. Few leaders would play the sacrificial lamb in such a predicament.
Don't flatter yourselves. I would have shook you off like weak old mud if I hadn't hurt my leg in our little scuffle. But hey, that's just part of the job. You're gambling with your life the second you take that coin.
Then you know how this ends. Stay your blade, Lex. There's something I need to ask him. What does Galerius want with Scarlet? I'll take any scraps of information you may have. Please.
You do realize I'm just hired steel, yeah? They keep my pockets nice and heavy, and that's as far as my curiosity goes. So, sorry, but I'm not a questions kind of guy. At least not past my bottom line.
Well, what do we do with him? Let's say I offered to fill those pockets instead. What then?
First, I'd ask if you still had all your marbles, but I'm not the discriminating type, as long as the pay's right.
If this is supposed to be a joke, I'm not laughing. We're trying to beat the enemy, not hire them. It's not every day you come across a man willing to greet the heavens in order to see his allies safe. Now, our aim is to liberate these lands from the oppressive clutches of Zenoira and its emperor. I'd ask your aid in that battle.
You know, I had heard you were nothing more than the crumbs of some spineless resistance that got chewed up and spat back out. Never would have guessed you're really just a pack of reckless lunatics.
This so-called lunatic is none other than Prince Elaine, true-born heir to the Cornian throne. And our war is a righteous one.
You're trotting around the crowned brat of a dead-and-gone kingdom trying to flip a whole damn empire? Sorry, kids, but I don't like them odds.
Doesn't sound like he's interested.
Hope you know I don't come cheap.
Does that mean you'll join us?
Granted, you're willing to foot the bill. King-making's not an everyday job for a merc. But you've seen enough to know I'm worth the gold and more. So we got a deal? We'll even cut you a little discount.
I think that might be my favorite character so far.
Now that we've settled matters here, we move to rescue Scarlet. Time grows short.
Indeed. It's more than evident Galerius had some grand purpose in kidnapping her. Delivering her from his bloodied talons may strike a heavy blow to the heart of his aims.
Perhaps, but this is far sooner than we had planned. Our allies remain scattered through every realm of Fevrith. Casting the gauntlet at Renault's feet would only send us all to an early grave.
If I may add, there are those among Galerius's adherents who willfully chose to betray the Queen those long years ago. I fear we have no hope of avoiding conflict with such base traitors.
It would seem we'll need to bolster our ranks then.
Your Highness, upon ushering you to Palavia, I labored tirelessly to build a foundation upon which the Liberation Army can take hold. I have seen great suffering in our lands, 'tis true, and yet greater resentment harbored by the oppressed and the downtrodden. I have every faith such fierce emotion will spur them to join our cause. My prince, fly your crest across the banner of the Liberation. Spearhead the rebellion against Zenoira, and you will surely find kindred spirits ready to take arms in your name.
Then I will do just that. I only ask that you be the crutch I may lean on when the perils of war grow too great to bear alone.
Oh? Uh-huh. Alright, alright. 1 second. I wasn't expecting this. Go for that one. one. Gotta be that one. Go with that. I1. And we'll make one of the supporters a lion. Fuck it. Alright. I'm assuming this is where the demo's going to end. Nope, there's still a little bit more. Alright. I guess they're making absolutely sure you experience all the different things you can do.
I don't know what the hell he's thinking. What? I don't know what the hell he's thinking. What? I don't know what the hell he's thinking. What?
Damn it, Casey. Oh, I'm on camera, so I can actually shake my fist at you this time. Thank you for the raid, though. I assume Shin Megami Tensei was involved because there is a whole lot of Aramasa in the chat. Also, Joseph hates me right now. Because I keep trying to do absolutely everything else except what he wants me to. So, this is the demo for Unicorn Overlord. And, it is significantly longer than I thought it would be. And more complex than I thought it would be. No, I was thinking that I would be able to do this demo and then get some SMT5 in later tonight. But at the rate this is going, I don't know if that's going to happen. So far, the best way I can sum this up is fancier Fire Emblem. Oh god, it's this guy. The guy who only joined the party because I paid him to. Alright, who needs... Alright. Alright. I keep wanting to do something a little more involved, but... no, won't let me. This was on the direct this morning. Yes, it was. And I am still very much in the learning stage of figuring out how everything works. Okay, so I'm probably going to throw the talisman onto Clive, if I can. So just for reference, for those of you who just got here, this entire village was the battlegrounds for the stage before this. And now it appears we are engaging in some good old-fashioned commerce. Oh wow, this is like, certain subquests in some of the Monster Hunter games.
If it's steel you're after, you're in the right place.
Let's see, okay, a lot of this is out of my price range. I'll get a spear, just in case.
Done and done. Be seeing ya.
They probably just wanted me to buy like a health potion or something. But I want to be a bit more proactive. I was worried about this demo at first, because, they're very proud of that runic sword. I mean, if I had a runic sword, I would be very proud of it too, but all I have around me are throwing knives. Which... Actually, hold on. Yeah, I don't have swords, but I do have these. And you know what? That's good enough for me. And I had the Joy-Cons upside down. Fantastic. I should probably go to sleep. Alright, good. I can go 10 steps without being harassed to do some tutorial quest. And now to get all of the things. Sardines. Yeah, I'm just gonna trade those in. Oh, oops.
Curse these black talon scum.
You supposed to be the town guard? Sorriest sight I ever seen. Now go on and run home if you know what's good for you.
As if I'd ever cede to vulgar bandits such as you. The Father shall strike you down for your sins.
Not today, you won't. But I'll let you take that up with him yourself. Me? I've had enough divine judgment to last a lifetime. You know the drill, boys. Grab anything that's not nailed to the floorboards.
My thief's better than your thief. It's Bakuryu the Rolf! Oh wait. Probably would have made more sense to go the wolf route, but I see that and I immediately think of this Korean bootleg release of Bloody Roar 1 and 2, where they refer to Bakuryu's beast form as the Mulf. Nailed to the floor. Yeah, that's a bit odd phrasing. Anything that's not nailed down probably would have been smoother. Alright, let's do it.
And you were aided by a man named Rolf, you say?
Yes, my lord. He claimed to be with the Cornea militia.
I have heard tell of common folk taking up arms to defend their fellow man.
He may agree to join our cause, assuming we can happen upon him before the enemy does.
It's worth the attempt, if nothing else. We should make haste.
Please stay safe out there.
We shall. The only thing you need worry about is what to do with those flowers of yours.
Is he advising her to eat the flowers? That Gamma looks how I feel right now. Sounds like Kira. There are a couple of characters in here that I heard them and a voice in the back of my head immediately went, is that Kira? And it's happened once for Casey too. I'm probably wrong on all counts, but oh well. Okay, get another character going in here. Oh, right. It has to be for that particular unit. So let's deploy Joseph.
In service of the rule, I'll not fail you.
Oh, these are the speed characters. Well, at the very least,
As you wish.
he could serve as a distraction.
No surprise there. Go on.
Won't take long.
Try me.
Ah, the Rolf is the key. I didn't realize he had a couple of smaller units with him.
As much as you like, black-taloned swine. My arrows will cover any distance in pursuit of justice. That went better than I expected.
Yep, I'm not going to be able to control that guy. So it looks like at the very least, I can keep some of these other units busy until he gets to them. Although he only has 4 stamina. So I will have to do some of the heavy lifting at some point.
There in a second. Awaiting your command. Very well. Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Alright. Is there any finagling I can do with the formation to help my odds? Nope, that made it worse.
I'll support you.
Now, I don't want him doing range assist because I want him to be able to take care of some of the other units on the field.
I have you.
You know, I hesitated to say Black Talon Swine because I knew if I was talking too fast it was going to come out as Black Talon's Wine. Which, I mean, I don't drink, but that sounds like it could be a decent wine.
The battle is won.
Oh, hi Tiger Chamaro. Okay, might as well follow up on what he just did to get that unit off the field. Although it looks like this guy's going to intercept him. Since that guy has to wait anyway, I might as well get in on this.
Come.
I'm here too.
He wasn't moving though, so
I'll support you.
nah, I'm gonna save the ranged assist.
Stand true.
Yeah, the evasion on these things is really high. Not high enough, though.
Glory to the liberation.
I will take that anytime. Okay, it looks like they're going to intercept.
What would you ask?
I'll finish these guys off. Don't get distracted in the middle of... This dude's going from battling groups of thieves and dude with spears, and then he gets distracted by a shiny object in a shrub.
Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Some prince he is.
The battle is won.
There's a wine called Aramasa? Is it a wine that you have to drink like 8 really small sips of?
I've not chosen my grave yet. Awaiting your
Alright, pick up the shiny object.
Open for business. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances.
Oh, thanks Rockstar Gamer 1998 for the follow. Sounds like some of us in Monhan. Oh, yeah. Zero with his mining spots. All of us with the large wyvern tears that drop. It's inevitable, really.
Thanks.
Oh my god, that actually hit. This probably won't. No, he's way too slow.
That'll do for now.
Okay, he's intercepting the shiny object. focus on getting this encampment steady. Oh, he got an herb. Good.
Very well.
I never miss my
Up.
target.
Back to the Rolf. Shit, I just realized. His name is Rolf. First name James. Gotta try and sleep. Okay, take care, Tiger Tomorrow. Yeah, this guy doesn't stand a chance. You swing the sword enough, eventually it'll hit.
For the liberation. Awaiting your command.
You know what? That's a net positive. I'll take it.
By your word.
Time for payback.
I'll take that.
Oh, almost got out of it.
No hard feelings.
Now I might as well have him attack here as well. Or not. That could be a really bad idea.
Go on. Let's take what's ours. Sure.
Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Alright. Is there a way I can reposition this? Okay, that works a bit better.
I'm here too. I'll support you.
This looks like it's about as good as it's gonna get.
I have you.
Aramasa, wine, sake, and spirits. I'll need to look that up. Now the real question is there a cork in it, or is there just like a mitama stuck in the top of the bottle?
Glory to the liberation.
And if so, which one?
Demands rest.
Alright, he is out of commission.
Not fail you. Awaiting your command.
Needs to rest.
Yeah?
He could intercept.
Let's take what's ours. Won't take long.
I want to see if I can hold on to my stamina points. Okay, he is going to go after them.
I'll pierce you clean through.
Right. Well, they at least got one of the units taken care of.
Try me.
Oh, is he going to waste all of his stamina points on this one battle? I may need to get a bit more aggressive.
Yeah? There in a second.
Okay. Just making sure I had everyone deployed.
I'll pierce you clean through. I can't move another muscle.
Let's take what's ours.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. They have archers over there. Oh, that is an annoying mix of enemies. Definitely going to need, at minimum, these guys.
Go on.
I will move them to just outside that guy's range.
Pleased with that, yeah. Yeah?
And then we'll keep him in a holding position down here.
I'll not fail you.
Actually, this thing only has...
As you wish.
This the place? Go on.
I see what you're trying to do.
Won't take long.
They have the advantage.
Saw that that set of units had no stamina and it's going in for the free shots.
I've reached my limit.
As expected. Awaiting your command.
Alright, mercenary, get your ass in there.
They will be ours. We march. Onward. Your villainy ends here.
Is there a better formation I could use for this? They're arranged in a row, so maybe... Nope, that made it worse.
I'm here too.
Right, we'll go with this. Great job. What do I pay you for? Oh, but I don't know what you're so proud of.
Let's take what's ours. There in a second.
We march. To me.
Akita Prefecture is where the headquarters is located. And Aramasa means now. So the Aramasa ability is just Nahobino being extremely impatient about the battle not being over. If I'm interpreting this correctly.
On my honor as a knight.
I mean, I'm glad for the level up, but this screen hurts me a little every single time.
A fine bout.
I think his health should be okay now. Gonna move him to the front line.
The path is set. What now?
Start making a more concerted effort to get this garrison established.
Come then. Defeat will soon be upon us. 'Tis a deficient plan. Defeat will soon be upon us.
Alright. I'll take this. You know, one of these days, Albin's going to be worth the money we pay him. Okay. Well, that shut me up. So, note to self, the most important strategy involved with this is knowing when to shit-talk your units into being useful.
To me. Your villainy ends here.
Yeah, now that the annoying thief units are out of the way, that wasn't really bad at all.
Well fought.
Yeah, now I need to check something. It looks like these guys will do really well against the archer types, but how about some of these other units? Oh. Joseph would just destroy those guys.
The time is at hand.
Okay, Elaine is probably the best bet for that.
The path is set. Go on.
I'll have him take over the fort.
Sure.
I'll not fail you.
We'll keep Joseph over here, kind of on standby.
They made it too easy.
Use some relay points to go around the main commander.
Onward.
Awaiting your command. Very well. I shall hold nothing back. I shall try my best, and yet... Stand true!
Okay, that's the strategy you guys need to use from now on. Force them to dodge, and then while they're dodging, the other guy hits them with a sword.
What would you ask? By your word. Gaze upon the face of your demise.
At this rate, I'm gonna have to just do SMT a different day.
I've not chosen my grave yet.
Well, that did not take long.
Time is no friend to us now. Splendid. Come then.
Let's do it.
We march on. A fine bout.
Alright. These guys have pretty low stamina, which is not so encouraging.
Won't take long.
Travis and company on the back end. Feel free to help at any time, Rolf. That's... you know what? Since you're using a bow, you're the archer video game nerd.
I'll not fail you. Very well. Come.
Okay. This would be a net gain, but I still want to see if I can boost the damage value at all. Alright, we'll just go with this for now.
You got some bad luck there, crossing paths with us. But that's nothing a slit throat can't solve.
Hold fast.
Aha! Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely want to have Joseph do a couple attacks on this guy, because he can just nullify the poison.
Stand. I fight in me yet.
Gotta look up Gamel's F8. Yeah, I agree, it sounds familiar, but I'm terrible at placing voices for the most part.
We march.
Awaiting your command.
This is gonna drain his stamina, but
By your word.
might still be worth doing.
Gaze upon the face of your demise. I have you.
Alright, good.
Gotcha.
The battle is won.
See, Chloe? I can do stuff.
Wow, that's the first decent level up in like 40, 50 minutes?
Fatigue has struck.
You know what? Let's make sure that level up gets saved.
What would you ask?
Okay, he needs to rest, so I don't have much choice on that front.
Go on. Sure.
Not exactly ideal.
The path is set.
Good job, Rolf.
I'll make it quick.
Okay, as long as we get the kill.
Thanks.
Wait, Did it? Okay.
That'll do for now.
No, it's something else. I thought for a moment that my custom crest was on the shield, but no, that would have been an incredible pain in the ass to pull off.
You impressed? I didn't have a choice.
God, and I was running the time limit all the way down, too. But, got through it, that's what matters.
This town can finally breathe easy again, thanks to you.
Might you be the savior those girls spoke of?
One and the same. I'm Rolf, captain of the Cornian militia. What militia we have, at least. And this must be the leader of the Black Talons.
I beg of you, sirs, have mercy on a poor damn soul.
You dare speak of mercy? What of the mercy you showed all those you've robbed and pillaged?
Please, it's my sister. Back when our mom and dad passed, I was broken. An empty shell of a man. But she never left my side. Stayed right there next to me till the day she took ill herself. Started fading, and fast. I carried her, slumped around my shoulder, to the best healer my coin purse could buy. But it was no use. Only thing I could do was watch her wither into dust. You ever seen that? It's a pain worse than death itself. But I didn't stop searching. Day after wicked day. Till, finally, I'd got what I asked for. But the cost of the cure would make a weaker man faint where he stood. Now, tell me, how's a guy who's never had the gold for schooling supposed to make that kind of coin? Thieving's all I'm good for, so thieving's how it had to be. Wouldn't have turned to this if I had another way.
A word, Your Highness. Somber as his story may be, you mustn't let pity cloud your judgment. Only the Town Watch can determine the appropriate sentence for his crimes. His fate is not ours to decide.
My life's square in your palms, noble sirs. Please, I'll return everything I stole if you just let me go.
Oh, I could go either way on this one. I get...
Very well. Redemption is not beyond reach, neither for you nor your sister. I only hope you seek it in earnest.
You mean to let him walk?
I'll repay this kindness in full, my lords. I swear it on my honor as a Black Talon.
Yeah, Rolf's not gonna like me. What's that? Who's that playing the Unicorn Overlord demo? I mean, I don't believe him either. He has that kind of face that you do not trust. But nevertheless, I just want to screw with people. Alright, that'll be handy for getting rid of healers in the group at least. See, I'm less concerned with him now and more concerned with the shiny object. Which I think... Yeah, the oldest trick in the book. Oh, and there's a day-night cycle. Yes, it is. Alright, Casey, I will warn you, it takes a while to get to this point. You're going... For like the first 20 to 30 minutes of the demo, you are largely not going to have the controller in your hands. Oh. I did a thing, I think. This is probably a bad time to note that I'm one of those people who will talk to everybody. Loving all the French names. Yeah, fair. There does seem to be a pretty heavy influence from that. Not just French, but like, oh, what was it? Around the 100 Years' War period? Right, Rolf, your time to shine. Get a taco, sit back and watch you... I mean, any scenario where you can acquire a taco, I would say go for it. Oh, wait. Hold on. What? Phrasing, dude. Jesus. I like to think the translator and localization crew knew exactly what they were doing with that. Ah, okay. Want to have everyone at least 3 members strong first. Okay, that looks like more enemy units. I don't want to immediately jump into that again. What did he say? Oh, I'll show you again. 1 second. Also, yes, there is a run button. I should take advantage of that. Okay, are you ready for it? Here's the thief explaining what he does. And moving on.
Hold fast.
We're adults, allegedly. Alright, well, that's fun. I can see that being more useful later in the game than now. Oh, and now we got the nuts to go with the pee-pee. I know what I said. Oh, that looks like it requires enemy territory. Alright, cool. Might as well. So, usually when I play a demo for something, I do not expect to spend 2.5 hours playing it and not seeing the end of it. Kudos to you, Vanillaware. You are making... There is not a lack of content here, is what I think I'm saying.
I don't know what the hell he's thinking. What? I don't know what the hell he's thinking. What? I don't know what the hell he's thinking. What?
Thanks for the raid, One Roll. Takoyaki. Oh! Octopus balls. That goes well with the nuts and the pee-pee that we saw earlier. Yeah, why not? Oh my god, he stunned him. Ever since I shit-talked Arvin in that fight earlier, he's more than made up for his initial ineptitude. Do you need context? Because that sounds normal for Yakuza. Nah, it's fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, this looks like friendly territory. Alright, so now do I run to the north? Do I run to the east again? South? Ah. My favorite quests are the ones that just instantly complete. Hey. Okay. Well. Not yet. Okay, there's a lot more complexity to this than I thought there would be. Alright, that's what I was worried about. So I can still use them in battle, but I can have them hang back and help generate resources. There's a part of me that says, put one of the horseback riders there, but I like having that kind of mobility on the battlefield. And Aubin actually started pulling his weight. Maybe we'll have Chloe do it. Alright.
I'll keep the peace, Your Majesty.
You know what? Oh, Miriam is way off the map. Yep, looks like I'm gonna have to go up there anyway for the next quest. Well, peace was nice while it lasted. Okay, so that brings up the starting point for it, but you don't necessarily have to engage in it. Good to know. Yakuza session was battle arena grinding. Well, I'm assuming with how long it went that it was still enjoyable. When's the karaoke session?
What news do you bring? Out with it, lad.
It seems Fort Sology has fallen, sir.
And here I thought scorpions could sting. Who was it that did them in?
That's not Sun 1, is it?
The liberation, from what I...
Suppose there's no pulling the weeds of rebellion. Hmm?
How much is the full game? There's 2 versions of it. One that's 60 and a deluxe edition that's 70.
Just give us a moment.
And if I remember correctly, the deluxe edition has an art book, digital art book, obviously, and 20-track CD.
It's none of your business, besides.
Soundtrack, excuse me. I keep talking in terms of physical goods.
I'd rather not have self-righteous fools raising
I mean,
the
because they're
devil in my
superior,
town.
but anyway.
Alert the watch at once. If these pups come scratching at our gates, you're to see them repelled. Teach them the pain of war, if you must.
Consider it done, sir.
Oh, right, I forgot about the collector's thing that's 130. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to name all the shit that's in that. Alright, well this is encouraging that you can't just accidentally wander into a quest and not have proper units for it and be completely screwed. Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna board that ship. Chloe, don't break anything while we're gone. Yeah, this won't help much, it just brings back the dead. I mean, technically, if your HP hits 0, you don't die, you're just incapacitated. But still. Oh, can we get the rooster? Ah, damn it, Prince. How do you live on an island and not know how to swim? Yeah, I didn't know if there was anything else to that. You will be mine, brown chicken. You know, it's a good thing I checked here. That is significantly less supplies that I'll need to buy later. Of course. Well, on the plus side, these are not a pain in the ass to go after. Also, I just realized I could do this. That'll be very handy for seeing what's ahead on a road. And I also have a habit of just accidentally hitting the right stick. Okay, hopefully that's enough for the chicken to respawn. A golden egg? This is Monster Hunter. Even swimming don't get along. Like, I'm one of those people that I know how to swim, I just don't particularly like it. Alright, hopefully the town won't be in flaming ruins when we come back to it. Good job, Chloe. It's been 10 minutes and the town is still standing. Knew I could count on you. Yeah, I might as well save here before I do anything else. Okay, maybe I should look into shields and general armor. Oh, that's a boost for him. Maybe I should have Travis. Maybe. I don't know.
If it's steel you're after, you're in the right place. Done and done. Done and done. Be seeing ya.
Here to shop? Or maybe to sell? Just say the word and it's yours.
Cut flowers? You know what? Just in case.
Thank you very much.
You can never be too sure.
Come back soon.
Lived on the water your whole life. I've never lived on the water, just within a relatively close distance of water. Like, I grew up a pretty short distance from Lake Erie, which I would fish on now and then. I'll keep the crushing axe on him. And that just so he has something. Let's see what this is first. Enemy level 5. What's my current level? Well, kind of varies, but... Wait a minute. I see. It's a timed demo. But the time limit is absurdly high. I have 4 hours left on this thing. I'll try it. We'll make this the last thing to do because I need to sleep at some point. Oh, you're on the Gulf. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't know if I could handle that. Snow I'm perfectly okay with, but... and the command post is just out in the open. That's no good at all.
Ours. The time is at hand. Onward.
No surprise there. Let's take what's ours.
I'll have them move in,
Won't take long.
but alright, let's play around with the organization of the party. That's much better. Nothing to see here, precisely.
See ya. Go on.
Okay, now this is probably going to be worse.
Yeah? Sure.
You face me.
I'll make it.
Come then.
Yep, we're doing this one.
fought. We march.
Let's take what's ours.
Might as well deploy the last set of units.
In service of the royal, I'll not fail you.
Oh, he doesn't do anything.
The time is at hand.
Okay, let me look at this again. 14-9.
Yeah?
3.
The path is set.
Hopefully I can finagle this with the battle lines.
You face me. I fear for our safety.
That is significantly worse.
Tis a deficient plan. Defeat will soon be upon us. Just trouble.
Oh, nice.
Don't go dying on me.
Good.
Awaiting your command.
That would accomplish nothing.
Let's take what's ours.
That would accomplish nothing.
The time is at hand. Onward. Your villainy ends here.
There it is. Yes. Poison's paying off.
We march on.
Back in a bit. Okay, hopefully I'm still around later.
We march.
Oh, here we go.
Come then.
Hope you've made your peace.
Okay, we'll do this one first.
What a joke.
That'll do for now.
Alright, good. Those are down. And they have a wait time on them. So maybe we could pull them around. Yes, we can.
As you wish.
Your villainy, I'll make it
come. I fight me yet.
Take notes, Lex.
For the liberation.
Go on.
Awaiting your command.
Let's take what's ours.
I want to save the Poison Blade for the big boss.
Won't take long. Time for payback.
Right, I will just roll with this. Passive theft is best theft. Just like we drew it up.
I didn't have a choice. Yeah?
Oh, that is a recipe for disaster.
Sure.
I'll not fail you.
The time is at hand.
Is it worth it?
Awaiting your command. What would you ask? Awaiting your command. By your word.
This the place?
I shall hold nothing back.
Alright, now to experiment.
Blood will be shed. I have my doubts. I shall try my best, and yet I have my doubts. I shall try my best, and yet blood will be shed.
Do this once, just to see what they do in battle.
I have you. Be healed.
I have you.
You'll be okay. Glory to the liberation!
The time is at hand.
What would you ask? Very well.
Gonna have him hang out at the command post for a bit.
Onward.
As expected.
Now then.
Let's take what's ours.
I'll not fail you. By your word. Come.
There it is.
Stand true.
I got you.
Stop attacking the beefy guy first.
Healing.
I fight in me yet.
Go on.
What would you ask? I'll not fail you. Very well.
Let's take what's ours. There in a second.
I am yours.
Made it.
gaze upon the face of your demise.
Oh, torn shoulder. Oh, jeez. I can only imagine. Closest thing I've had to that is a muscle strain in my neck.
I have you.
Glory to the liberation!
Yeah?
Awaiting your command.
Let's take what's ours.
What would you ask? As you wish.
Yeah? Won't take long.
There is time yet to claim victory.
I have arrived. Awaiting your command.
The time is at hand. To me.
What would you ask? Very well.
Go on.
Our time grows short. You face me.
Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh, he had 1 HP left. Thank you.
Awaiting your command.
We march. The path is set. Come then.
I mean, this looks good. PT schedule next week. Oh man.
We march on.
Well, I hope that goes well.
A fine bout.
I've never had PT to avoid a surgery,
At hand.
just PT to recover from surgery.
To me. You face me. Good. I must never yield.
A good level up! This is worth celebrating.
Well fought. We march.
What would you ask?
The time is at hand. The path is set. Your villainy ends here.
Alright, can I finagle this? Yes, yes I can. This is also the most I have used the word finagle in like 12 years. And Auben's Incapacitate paired with the Poison Blade is a great combo.
Never doubt a desert kid.
There's always more to learn.
A fine bout. To me.
Let's take what's ours. Sure.
Ah, shit. Alright. Yeah, I'll need to be more aggressive about this next time. At least see where I left off. Oh, I see. And it's... So the playtime remaining is not just like a universal timer that goes down. It seems to be like directly tied to the save file. Also, let's do an experiment. It's 4 hours, 2 minutes, 33 seconds. And I've had it paused for at least like 15, 20 seconds now. Yep. When the game is paused like this, the timer does not go down. This is how you do a timed demo. Alright, well, that is going to do it for me tonight. Yeah. It's like 3:20 in the morning. No way am I going to be able to do SMT now. But, later in the week, I may be doing some Shin Megami Tensei, or I may be doing the unlocked hero mode for RZ. Or I might be doing a Gamefly stream, because that just came in the mail. But that is for another day. Let's see, is anyone I know still streaming? Probably not. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Oh well. Yeah, I guess I'll just sign off then. So, thanks everybody for hanging out, and this may end up being another game I have to buy. I mean, it's Vanillaware, so it was going to be at minimum decent, but I've actually been enjoying this so far. The beginning's really slow. Really slow. But it's got me. Later.